Hello? Testing. I believe the volume's on and working. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another programming stream for the Travelers. Let me go ahead and drop the link in my Discords and stuff just to make sure everyone's aware that we're live. Finally, after all these months. How many months was it since the last live stream that I did on this channel? Way too many. 4 months ago. Yeah, well, we're live now. We're going to be programming a lot tonight. Going to be working on a lot of stuff. I'll give it a few minutes for people to come in. I'm going to drop the link around. Wow, there's a lot of new people in the Discord. Alright, just dropping the link. Someone in my Discord, battery settings? Are you in the chat right now? Battery settings said, I don't recommend this with my big list of scripts. Well, how else am I supposed to get all the JavaScript files into the game? Like one big JavaScript file? Because that's even worse than what you're recommending. Wait a second. Hold up. Listen, Sorcerer, I am not going to be using Webpack. Visual Studio works perfectly fine. Visual Studio does a great job on its own. Yes, modern JS syntax. Yes, that's what all of this is. Except for this. This is kind of garbage right here, but I programmed that forever ago. Where are we today? We're in building, which I was going to design the UI for today, because I don't know what exactly to do right now, but I was going to come to you guys for help. Hey, Logic Mage, welcome to the stream. Fast Vincent, Mr. Greedy, Nagans, Cilantro, good to see you guys. So apparently, 2B2T just went into a temp map after all, but I'm just going to go through this programming live stream, and in a few hours when it's over, maybe I'll pop into 2B2T for a surprise if there's not a queue, and then do the April Fool's Day stream after all. That would be fun, I think. So yeah, today we are building the building UI. So I've had problems coming up with the idea for how this should work that's compatible with mobile as well, because ideally I'd just say, yeah, we'll make like a shadow appear over the screen, and you can only click the 8 tiles around you to make like the building button appear or something like that. But that's not really compatible with mobile devices, so I want to avoid that if possible. Something that I wanted to do, I preliminarily, the equip button down here I got rid of, or rather so the buttons that used to be here, let's just go to the website, because I'm having a hard time talking. I haven't streamed in a long time. So this is the main Travelers website. This is what's live right now. Wait, the temp map has queue anyway? Oh, well, if the temp map has queue, then I'll just wait until tomorrow anyway. Because the queue's always going to, like, it's still going to take me until past midnight to do it, and I'm going to be asleep by then. So I'll just wait until tomorrow. I delayed it until tomorrow, so if there's an actual temp map, then I'll do it tomorrow. So, yeah. Sorry. But that's how that's going to happen. So this is the Travelers. People put a bunch of items around me to block me in. There's only one actual buildable item in the game, and people took the time to craft them and surrounded me with them, which is actually really, really funny. Yeah, Pepsi Boy in chat was one of the people responsible for that. I believe Logic Mage was as well. I'm going to go ahead and teleport myself out on my laptop so that I can actually play the game. But, yeah, so what I wanted to say was these buttons down here, I'm actually not going to teleport myself out because I don't need to actually play. These buttons right here that are next to the arrow keys, the drop items, double step, and walk for any number of cycles, I reworked them in the new update. So this is what's live on thetravelers.online right now. This is my local host. So I reworked them into these little buttons that are much better than they used to be. Step limit works way better, and it actually turns red for a second. And then double step, works like normal. I put them into a little hotbar up here, which means I had to redo the CSS for all of it as well, which was a huge pain. But I put it into a nice little hotbar, so any other buttons like that will appear up here from now on. Compatible with mobile as well and everything. And the reason I did that was to create more space for the equipment area, because if we make this really small, this gets really small really fast if we're going to go into mobile mode. So I wanted to create more space for it, partly so that equipment was easier to use, but also partially so that we could get the build menu down here. So right now the equipment menu is down here. I want to put the build menu down here too, so that, like, the way it works right now is I don't have any reality anchors, but, or do I? Yeah, I do. Oh, major spoilers, by the way. Crap, I just realized. There's going to be big spoilers for, like, late game items throughout this stream, because it's a development stream, obviously. So if you don't want to, like, have items or stuff spoiled for you, stop watching now. But if you don't care... Oh, dark mode. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Let me turn dark mode on. What the heck? Did that just break? Okay, it took a second. Was there an error? No error. Okay, that actually just took a second for some reason. I've never seen that happen before. Anyway, yeah, see, it works fine. I don't know why that took so long. Oh, you know what? I actually heard my hard drive on my computer kick on, so I haven't, like, opened the game in, like, a month now. So it must have, like, taken a second to wake the hard drive up and write the cookie down, and that's why it took so long. That's actually really funny. Anyway, so, right. Spoilers aside, let me turn on dark mode here too. So we've got our item, right? Personal reality anchor. This is the only placeable item right now. And if I unequip it, we have the item menu over here, and when we click equip, it appears down here. I want there to be a build button as well for build materials, such as the personal reality anchor, which is just a respawn device. So that when you equip it, instead of equip, it says build here. And when you click it, a menu appears down here that could possibly... Oh, look, someone's walking around. I think that's Pepsi Boy. You're going to taunt outside my cage? Oh, it's probably Logic Mage then. What was I saying? I just lost my train of thought. Yeah, I'm going to put a build menu down here. I was considering making it like a little zoomed in view of the 9 surrounding tiles, so that you could click one of them to place your block on, and that way it'll be compatible with mobile as well. So that way, I really need to sign into an account on here that has items. Hold on. Does test 2 have any items? Hold on, I'm actually going to turn the screen off because there's a really secret new location in the game that I don't want to spoil by accident in case test 2 is next to it. Test 2 actually is next to it, but it doesn't have any items. Maybe test 3 does. Test 3 doesn't exist, apparently. What about Test 4? Test 4 also has no items. What about ASD? It doesn't exist, apparently. Teragadude account? Did I even make a Teragadude account on my test server? Alright. Okay. Never mind. We're just going to log back in as test 1. Turning the screen back on. Sorry about that. Oh, it's Bramblery walking around? Hey, Bramblery. So I don't have anything to equip with, but if I, like, start walking here, I'll probably find a house or something, and then I can find something to equip. So, yeah, I want to put a build menu down there, maybe like a magnified window, so that you could do, like, the 9 surrounding tiles, and go from there. Sorcerer says, write cookie after dark mode to prevent slowness. Well, it's never actually slow. That's only because I was using an external hard drive. That's like such an edge case that it really doesn't matter that it took 2 extra milliseconds to load. I'm not going to take the time to develop that. I'm sorry. And you said something else, I think. What is the server written in? C#. So this is C# ASP.NET. So, Sorcerer, I have the philosophy that if it's never going to affect anyone, and if it does affect someone, like no one's ever going to submit a bug for that. If it does take 1 whole second for it to work for someone, then no one's ever going to submit that bug because it'll just work. Just move the statement later on, and for right. No, that's not. I'd have to rework how settings work because the settings update the cookie and do it at the same time. I believe it's asynchronous anyway, so I'd have to do like a promise or something like that. Change document.cookie, and then it sets the settings equal. Apply cookie toggle. All right, toggle dark mode. So yeah, it adds. Yeah, so it actually does do it first. It might be. I don't know why. That's actually weird, because it does add the style sheet first. It appends the style sheet when you set it, and then it changes the setting, which the settings.change here, as you just saw. Right, you can't do that in this. Settings here, as you saw, is what sets the document.cookie. So I'm not sure why the checkbox happened before the cookie did, but it does happen first. So yeah, that's interesting. Anyway, all right, back to what I'm actually trying to work on here, just to keep people watching. 9 watching now. Nice. Welcome, everyone. Is the stream looking okay? Let me know if there's anything wrong. If anything's not working right, if it's dropping frames or anything. Apparently we've dropped 600 frames already. Sheesh. It's only text. It's not like it's a game, so it's not that bad if we drop... Well, it's not like it's like a FPS game or anything, so it's not that bad if we drop frames, but let me know if it's like noticeable or bad. 12 players online, really? Sweet, nice. 12 players online. Welcome, folks. Network latency on my local host? Yeah, probably. Okay, so where do we begin? If I want to make a little magnifying glass down here, and that's going to be how we place the items. And I want it to be like the arrow keys too, where they like stay highlighted, so that like it'll be like you're continually placing in this direction, maybe like an auto button in the middle. You're continually placing in a direction so you can like walk sideways and continually place upwards if you want to make like a wall or something, you know, just for the ease of use. So like an auto button in the middle, like an auto place, just like this is auto walk. And arrow keys that are like a zoomed in, so it would be like a big comma symbol here. There would be like 3 empties here, or maybe I'd put like a brackets that say sand or something like that. All right, well, first things first, I need an item so that I can test the equipment menu, so I can make the equipment menu at least pop up. Or wait, no, I don't. What am I doing? I can just inspect element. Yeah, it's I've been working on a project between the Travelers. There's a project that I've really wanted to start working on, and so I was like, all right, I'm gonna put the Travelers aside for a month so I can work on this project, and just like get some thoughts out of the way. It's an executable project. I'm writing it in C. It's actually going really well, and I got to a point where I really like where it's at as far as the engine itself goes. And so I'm putting it down for now to pick up Travelers and finish Travelers so I can get back to the new game. But so that's basically why I haven't programmed Travelers for a month. I did not abandon the game. A lot of people would abandon a project to start another project, but I assure you I'm not going to do that. I intend to finish it. But the reason that I'm saying this is because it's been a while, so it's going to I'm going to have to kind of reboot all the web dev stuff. So or at least like the personal, like my home computer web dev, because I do web dev at work. That's my day job, but it's a little bit different than working at home. All right, so anyway, let's pop up the equipment menu, wherever it is. Yeah, okay. So what is this called? Supplies, equipment actions. I'm going to go ahead and copy this. And say build, let's call it building, and then we'll deal with the stuff inside later on. Haha, hello. All right, building hyphen equip actions. Did I make a building.js yet? I don't think I did. I did equip, but that has nothing for building in it. computer fan's gonna melt your table. Some guy talking over your coding stream. Haha, that's me. Okay, we need to make a building. I believe I made a building.cs already. Yeah, so we've got. I have a couple preliminary functions. I made these for. I made these for the respawn anchor, but I didn't make a JS file. So let me do that real fast. Gosh, Visual Studio's slow. JavaScript file. Building.js. Scroll down. Let's put it under equip. It really doesn't matter the order that it's in. I just like to have it like close to things that are related to it. Building.js. Whoever said don't do this, screw you. If I use some kind of like generator like Webpack or something, then it's just gonna organize them in some dumb way off the screen anyway. So this is fine. This is how anyone who doesn't force themselves to use dumb JavaScript libraries designs this kind of thing. I think. I can't say that for sure, but it makes the most sense to me. Anyway, building. Building.js is here. Var build equals brackets colon because I like to write strict in JavaScript. Okay, so we're gonna say build box equals document L to say it's an element. I know I'm one of those people. I think it's called Hungarian notation. I'm one of those people who represent what the variable is by the letters at the end or like at the beginning. So yeah, I make so like if I put build box, I put L at the end so I know it's an element because that's the type that it is. So yeah. Anyway, don't judge me. What did I name this? Equip build actions. So we're going to say open, close, and toggle. And we'll delete them if we don't need them, but I usually like to keep all three just in case. Gosh, why am I so bad at typing? So this is just going to be keyboard ASMR. Yeah, I have a really nice mechanical keyboard. It's got the cherry red switches on it, the MX cherry red, some kind of combination of words. That's something like that. Whatever it is, it's red switches specifically. So it's really nice. Anyway, build dot. So something else I try to do is I try to avoid using the same word twice. So if I'm going to write build.build box, then like it's redundant. So I just go build.boxL because now I know it's the build box element. As long as the code is relatively easy for you to maintain, do whatever you want. Yeah, like I'm the only one maintaining this, so this is what works for me. People will judge me anyway, but whatever. Okay, we're going to open it if it's not open. We're going to close it if it's not. So now I'll go down to here. And the reason I'm doing this like this instead of just, writing this function somewhere else is, or, actually writing like the build box style, equals blank. And then down here I go like this. Why don't I do that up in toggle? Well, one, so that I only have, like if I want to make open to, anyway, using, but I don't do that just in case. I'd rather just leave it like this. But I rate strictly where I can. I believe I don't use strict because there's some rules that I came upon at some point that I didn't like. Rules, I think, like plus number plus, string again. Like even C# lets you do that, which C# is a very strict language. So I believe if I put use strict, it doesn't let you do that. You would have to type, your number.toString. So I think that's why I don't use strict, because I like to do that. I'm dropping frames. Holy crap, I dropped 2,000 frames? All right, hold on. I got to turn my quality down one sec. bitrate 4500. Really, really low, but we're typing, so it's not a big deal. We don't need high bitrate because we aren't MLG gamers or anything. So for now, this is all this is going to do, but ideally what I want this to do is in the equip menu, which I'm going to pop on over here, the equip menu.open checks if no, there's no other menu down here. It's only the equip menu. So I need to make this say equip.close, which if we're going to be closing the equip menu, then we need to also do the unequip function. So it's like equip.dequip. Do we do that at all? No, this is just a visual close, yeah. Well, issue with adding variables of different data types is that you can't tell what the variable's type is sometimes. Yes, but most of the time, 100% of the time that I do this, I am only doing it to add a number to a string because I don't feel like typing .toString. And again, C# lets you do that, but JavaScript use strict does not. So I don't think that is a big deal. I agree other things like var something equals, you know, this plus true. I think that's a big deal for sure. I'll never ever do that, but you get the point. 2, 3 plus example. Yeah, I wouldn't do something. That's just dumb. Like, I think that's just stupid. I wouldn't do something that was visually difficult to understand. So yeah, true plus true. Like, I wouldn't do that. I only do it for putting numbers on strings. Like you can actually see it on the screen right now. And no, and you can't. Equip.current is a string. My bad. Anyway, I can't just do equip.close. I have to make sure it actually unequips the item, but I don't remember where the actual unequip function is. I believe it's in supplies, actually. Supplies.dequip. It's got to be somewhere. I called it dequip because it makes sense for something to be called dequip, but that's not the actual word. The actual word is unequip. So, all right, I don't know where it is. Where's the unequip? What do you do? What is your function? Where is this? Yeah, socket.send, action equip, yes, but... Alright, what are you called? Really? That doesn't even... I think I generate the button here, I think. Right? Okay, yeah, it generates the button. Oh, it just puts it straight into the onClick. That's kind of stupid. I'm going to move that into an actual function here. Close server, I guess. I'll just call it dequip since I'm talking about that. Why did I just shove all that into the onClick? I must have been feeling really lazy when I did that. I cannot type. There we go. Do dequip. Dequip will actually do it. That way I can actually keep it separated and also put it in here. Sorry, Taraguju, my mom is making me do the dishes, so I'll be unable to provide witty commentary to your stream. Well, luckily doing the dishes only takes like 10 minutes, so... Why did you put dequip in its own function? If I'm being totally honest, it's because I don't exactly know the syntax. I know that you can do something like this, but I don't know the exact syntax. So I always just create a closure because I can rely on that to always work. It's never failed for me, and it doesn't like cause a performance issue or anything, but it's because I don't exactly know why. Yeah, make onClick equal to dequip. Yeah, because it's been unreliable for me before, and that might have just been me as a new programmer not knowing the syntax very well. But I like to where I can just create a whole new closure for whatever variables are going to be in here, just in case. So it's just consistent with the rest of what I do. Yeah. Thanks, Pepsi Man. You're a bro. Okay, so anyway, I'm leaving it like this. In principle, sorcerer, I agree, but I am not going to be changing my coding style today. Anyway, where was I? Right, so we did equip that equip here. Now the real question is, do I want to make the equip function exactly the same as the build function and make the build buttons secretly just be a different UI for how the equip button works? I think I'm going to say no. Sorcerer, I'm only using var for the very first ones. Otherwise, I'm using let. Var like makes the variable more global or something like that. I don't know if let works at the very beginning, but again, it works the way it is right now, and it doesn't cause a performance issue. So I'm not going to change it. That's my mentality. But otherwise, I always use let. I use let here, let up here. We're in ES6. Const works for objects. Really? I can do const like this? Interesting. Well, like I said, not fixing it now because it doesn't matter. I will never have an issue with that. You're really panicking over tiny things here, sorcerer. Gotta be honest. So I'm going to go ahead and say no. I don't want the equip function to be the same as the build function because the equip function looks for specific names. Let me load up the server here. The server.cs. So basically, if action equals equipment and option equals this and equipped, this is basically what we determine what to do based on what you have equipped. I'd have to make one of these for every single actual building material, which would be a huge pain since there's going to be 8 different directions for all of them. So I should make one consolidated function and make this all one other thing. So like this is action equals equipment. Let me minimize the rest of these. The /let thing is immune. Of course, I'd panic over it. Yeah. So I think I'm going to want to do an else if action equals building and then option equals whatever. And then maybe like a pipe between whatever material and the direction. And then we check if the player has the material and also is in building mode. Well, I guess we don't need to check if they're in building mode. Is that important? Should building even be a state? No, building should not be a state. Travel needs to be the state for building. You know what? Yeah, let's not make equipping like a official state that's on the player. Or make a building that's an official state on the player the way equipment is. I don't think it's as big of a deal as it is for equipment. Equipment has to be remembered between log-offs and log-ons, so we have to attach it to the player. Because there's certain items that do certain things when you log off and when you log on. But building is just you equip the building material and then you place it. So I don't think we need to add it as an actual state or remember which building material you are holding between the log off and log on. I don't think that's completely necessary. I think it's okay to let a client send a direction and a building material, and then we check if they have the building material and if they have more than 0, and then, you know, do the process. I don't think we need to be super Third Reich over this one. All right, give me a second to mentally map this out. I'm going to need to build the UI first, and then we're going to need to send whatever it is, send the direction and the material, as well as the action equal to building. So like I'll put it at the bottom here. So we'll say else if action equals build and player dot. Oh, what is wrong with my typing today? Sheesh. I'm copy pasting it with my mouse because that was embarrassing. Look, it unminimized all my things. Can I undo that? No, I can't. Oh, that was embarrassing. Hold on a sec. Let me minimize these again. Oh yeah, equipment. I want to keep that minimized also because of spoilers. If some people are still watching and don't want to get spoiled for different items. Alright, I'm going to actually try typing And player. Wow. Player is spelled with a Y, not a T. Dot state. User ID that was passed into the function when it determined who was being used. User ID equals travel. There we go. I typed it. I recommend making a socket helper function that takes in an action and the data as arguments and sends the packet. That is most likely what I'm going to do right here. This actually, I agree this is bad practice. I've thought about it multiple times, moving this out to a separate function, but never ended up doing it, or to a separate static class, but never ended up doing it. I'm probably going to do that for building now. Because I'm stubborn, and when I have one thing one way, I'd rather keep adding to it to keep it consistent than change things up and possibly confuse myself in the future. Personally, I think that's a good coding philosophy, but it should be refactored at some point. I hope the game gets big too, no gods. I'd really love that, because I really think the story is a cool idea, and once the puzzle is in, it's going to be really entertaining, I think. But anyway, action equals build. If the state is travel, then we're going to go and do, let's open up our building.cs and set up this function now. So I'm going to close these now. These don't need to be open. Having like the double window is nice on my 1440p monitor when I'm using it in 1440p, but for the sake of the stream, I'm only using this 1080p space so people can still see the size of the text. So it kind of gets in the way. So place unwalkable. This is still going to be used, but I'm going to hide it down here. I'm going to hide that into a region. Thank you, C#. And let's say public static void. Public static void. Place building. No, see, that's what I said before. We already have building up here. So I'm just going to say place material string option string material string direction. Yeah, let's do the direction as a string, because I hate using numbers. Like saying 0 is up, 1 is northeast, 2 is east, and so on. String direction. I'll leave that void for now. I think it's okay to leave that void. Alright, let's leave that. Let me stretch. Okay. Now we need to build a UI. So let me give my player a certain amount of items so that I can actually pop up a building menu. Actually, I don't think I have any. I haven't made any like strictly building materials yet, besides the respawn anchor, and I don't want to do that now. So I'm good. I'm just gonna give myself a bunch of respawn anchors. So the way I usually like to cheat is by doing it in the database, but I don't like to open the database on stream, so I'm just gonna say when the page opens up, regardless of who gets to it, and then I'm gonna delete this code. I'm gonna say player.username. No, get ID from username. Yeah, username test1 supplies dot. Do I have add? I don't. Okay. Crap. What is the player thing for this? This is why I should have just done it as an object instead of all this JSON crap. I don't remember what it is. Something like mem.userid data user ID. I think it's just loot. I'm going to say dot replace add. Yeah, I made a commitment from the very beginning to make the entire player object out of JObjects just so it's easier to parse and stuff. But I underestimated how incredibly fast modern computers are. So I should have just done it as like a bunch of objects in the first place. because now I have to deal with using JObjects for literally every single piece of data that's attached to a user in the entire game. I have a lot of helper functions by now, such as player.setState and stuff, but it's a little annoying. Wait, was it player.addItem? Has item. No, I have subtract and has and is equipped, but I don't have add item. Alright, replace add supplies dot. Get from name. Kind of why I like TypeScript. TypeScript is absolute garbage. No one should ever use it. Why would you say this is why I like TypeScript about C#? There's nothing wrong with JSON objects. It's just that I use JSON objects internally in a language that's not designed around JSON objects. And, crap, I have to recreate my entire thing here. Supplies. I don't actually think TypeScript is garbage. I just think that compiling to JavaScript in general is stupid. I think that if you're not writing in vanilla JavaScript, then you're wasting your time. Because vanilla JavaScript works fine on its own, and libraries are always a hassle and make your web page extremely slow. Anyway, supplies.cs. We're looking for respawn anchor. Did I just call it anchor? Reality anchor, that's what I called it. I gave it a specific ID. So it's going to be reality anchor, comma, and then count. We're going to give ourselves like 15. And then data. Get from name, reality anchor. That should work. What's your problem? Doesn't exist? Oh, I didn't put the parentheses here. There we go. This should work, but no guarantees. Let's publish this to my local host. Compiler is a better optimizer than the programmer ever could be. That is extremely false, my friend. Maybe in like C when you're compiling to assembly in like 2020, but I would absolutely disagree with that for JavaScript. Now, the only thing where I would agree with that would be for uglifying JavaScript files, which uglifying is just, I have a JS minifier bookmarked. Uglifying or minifying, whatever you want to call it, is what I think you're thinking of. Yeah, I know, I disconnected. Did I get items? Cool, I got 15 personal reality anchors. Let me refresh a few times to get some more. Oh no, it's doing a replace add. 15 should be enough. Let me go ahead and delete this, publish it again. Yeah, JavaScript minifying is when you go var, I have a big long variable name equal to 1, and then it minimizes it into... well, this one doesn't because it could be in a different file. But if like I go equals function and then say var blah 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 equals 1, then it will just reduce it into whatever the minimum thing is, which it doesn't even do anything. So let me say return ASD. Will that make it do something? Yeah, look, so it will like optimize it a little bit, but I disagree overall. Like if I wanted to optimize whatever I made, I would just run all my files through this optimizer here, which works perfectly fine. So, yeah. I believe that my code optimized through this will be better than whatever compiler for JavaScript that Microsoft could write. Especially for JavaScript. JavaScript is... Oh, anyway. So I have 15 reality anchors now, so I can go ahead and test this. I have it equipped. So as you can see here, previously it's just place north, place west, place east, place south. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell the game that a respawn anchor is an actual building material rather than an equipable item. And then we're going to hinge the entire building mechanics off of that. So like if I equipped it, it would do this. Instead, we're going to say... Oops, I closed the default SPX. Instead, we're going to say reality anchor. Close this stuff down here. I don't care about your web publish activity. I'm sorry, I'm just reading my Discord real fast because people are actually talking in here. Yeah, Pepsi Boy. Okay, so battery settings isn't actually watching the stream live, but Pepsi Boy let him know that I called him out for his dumb comment about saying not to use script source for all of my scripts. Down here, there's a very famous game called A Dark Room that does exactly this. I copied them because I assumed that was the convention, and their code is extremely well organized from when I was reading through it. So I'm going to give a hard disagree to that one. Again, I don't know what else you could do besides stuffing it all in one file or having some kind of compiler generate a bunch of script files for you, in which case it'll look like this anyway. So, got called out a second time. Hi, Tori, I didn't know you're still alive. Close the stream. Okay, I didn't miss anything. Back to the stream. Back to what I was doing. I let myself get distracted too easily. So, anyway. Yeah, so currently, the way I have this work is if it has the tag func and it's equal to true, then it will look through all of these. And basically, server is what it sends to the server to let the server know what's happening. Client is any JavaScript that I want the client to run, which is usually just writing an event log. And then... that's basic, and then button text is what the actual button here says. And that's for all four of these functions. Function star is what gets run at the beginning of the function. Function description is what the event logs. And the description... No. Function description is this. And then function title is just equipped and then the name of the item. So we're going to delete all this. Or I'm just going to set it to false for now. So we're going to say, from now on, if we want something to be a building material, we're going to say build comma true. So there. Now we've officially registered that reality anchor is a building material. Yeah, good enough for me. So let's go ahead and build this out a little bit. I'm going to go to supplies and say, somewhere it should say .func equals... Yeah, okay, if item.func isn't undefined and it exists, I'll show that. So this is for blueprints. I'm going to leave comments here, actually. Blueprint, learn button, equipment, equip button, and then we're going to say building equip button. We're going to say if item, which is what we just set in the server, it gets sent to the player. If item.build doesn't equal undefined, and item.build is true, then this already exists as its own button, apparently. Why is this its own button? Did it get generated somewhere? Supplies hyphen equip. Okay, well apparently I'm not generating the button. Am I not? Really? Wait, what is this called? Okay, I'm genuinely generating this button, but I'm still calling it. Why am I... That could fail easily. Why did I do that? It's got to be somewhere else, right? Am I crazy? Am I just not seeing it? Okay, I was not seeing it. So these are the 3 buttons. Okay, cool. I had to put the quote after it to make sure it recognized it. Okay, so we have our 3 buttons. I guess that means we're going to have to put a 4th button here. So let me just check. When I click on something, when I open item ID, it says supplies.current item equal item ID. So whatever item is open in this menu over here is what becomes current ID. So that's why it's safe to just have equip.open supplies.learn supplies.close menu. So I'm going to copy this. We're going to say supplies-build. And then go up to here, copy this. Supplies-build. Build btnl. Craft buttons. I'm going to say build. I'm going to say build.open. And then it's not going to be displayed by default. Okay, cool. So when we open, we're going to make sure all of them are invisible. This was an interesting way to do this. Let me move this comment just so that it encompasses the whole thing. Man, I leave my code for 1 month and I come back and I'm like, why did I do anything this way? I guess that's sort of what programming in C taught me. C taught me how to be really efficient, and data-oriented programming is amazing. I did a sort of data-oriented programming before I learned what it actually was, because I never went to college and got object-oriented programming drilled into my head. But now that I'm like specifically knowing how to data-oriented program and I want to do that everywhere, I'm like, not that this isn't data-oriented programming, but like I guess C teaches you to be more strict or just a better programmer in general. And I'm like, why did I do this way? It's harder to maintain later on. Anyway, it's not that hard to maintain. I'm just criticizing myself, as I'm sure someone in chat would have anyway. No one's talked in a while. 10 minutes. But that's okay. I don't expect too many people to watch these. This is more to motivate myself to get something done. So where were we? Right. All right. So now that we have build button, so learn button L. Okay, so it's just setting the display. So I can just put an else here and say basically what this is, which is just supplies dot build button L dot style display equals none, and otherwise we will display it. That's all it needs to do, I think. Because we don't need to generate the button or anything. Yeah, that's exactly what this is doing. So, I'm going to do what this did up here and make it a ternary operator so it doesn't take so much up so much space. So if it's true, it's going to be none. Otherwise, it's going to be the word none. That was a confusing way to say that. And I'm going to do the same for this. All right, nice and easy. So now if we click a button, if we click something that it'll open and otherwise it'll close. Also, let's go back to the supplies-build menu. Or is it did I call it equip hyphen build hyphen something? What did I? I'll get my naming convention for HTML down one of these days. Building hyphen equip action. That's what I called it. I'm just going to put our preliminary close button in here. So, just so that it's there. Oh, I didn't put any buttons in here. What's this button supposed to look like? I'm just gonna copy this whole thing actually. I don't know if I need the padding and the margin and all this stuff. Why is this? What happens if I remove this? Why did I restyle the button without making a class? I'm gonna just go ahead and make this an actual class array. Or you know, I'm just gonna leave it. I'm leaving it for now. It's fine. It's no big deal. Yes, this is gonna be close. ID equals building close. And on click equals building dot, oh, I called it build. Build dot close. Lovely. Lovely. Okay. All right. Anyway. I'm going to do a quick compile. Just to make sure these menus don't attack each other. Okay, so we got a normal button. We click this, build should appear. Why did it not appear? Why did that already fail? Do I need to... No, I need to do a hard refresh. That's why. Build. Cool. We have the button that says build. When I click this, the equipment thing should go away. It should unequip my item. The build menu should appear. It unequipped it. The equip menu appeared, but the build thing... Oh, okay, build did... Okay, I need to set the CSS then. Supplies.css. Yeah, okay. I didn't give it a class. I made it by the actual ID. So by making it a class, that'll make my life a million times easier as far as CSS goes. So I'm going to say class. Bottom box menu. Bottom box left hyphen menu. Why not? All right, and then we're going to say Control F, replace it with div dot bet, and then replace and refresh. All right, build. Cool. When I click close, this should close. Close, build, opens, close. Cool. So, I don't know why this is saying unequipped. That's probably because, oh, nothing is equipped. This close button actually... Alright, I'll just put an if statement in here. Or wait, it shouldn't be... Yeah, it's just doing close, right? Build dot close. Okay, cool. Dot close. It should be doing nothing but setting the display of the box to none. Oh no, it's the build button that's saying it. Right, my bad. Alright, let's go to dequip. It'll say dequip. It'll send it to the server. Cool. Alright, so we'll say if equip.current doesn't equal undefined and equip.current equals. If it's not undefined and it's not blank, we'll log it. Cool. And I don't need to put that in brackets. Alright, close this. Close this. Wunderbar. Right, I didn't compile it. Okay. I'm going to use the bathroom, and I'll be right back. Just 1 minute. Alright, I'm back. I'm going to drop the link into my disappointing April Fool's Day stream again. Sorry. I know temp map is up, but Q is still a thing. I'm definitely going to stream it tomorrow, though. For now, I'm live at this link, programming my game. Where there are 8 people online. Nice. There's 9 people waiting who could be in this stream. Let's see if they join. Okay, where did we leave off? So now we can equip the personal reality anchor and it'll pop up this menu. So now for the fun part. Wait, it did the unequip thing again. Right, I didn't compile. Let me just compile again just so it's there. Build, hard refresh so that it stops. Build, cool. So now this pops up a menu, but it doesn't send anything to the server. It doesn't do anything important. It just does that. Okay. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think I'm going to move these buttons to right beneath the title. Or maybe right beneath the description. Just because it's a pain to scroll down, because you don't want to read this every time. So I might as well like move it somewhere a little more apt. I'm going to move it now and see how it looks. So these are the 4 buttons. Farmer Joe, hello! Welcome to the stream. I'm going to move it. Oh, they're already all below the description. Oh, right, I made the description really long. Right. So let's move it below the title, see how it looks. No, you're not late. I'm going to be streaming for a little while. Probably an hour or more. Because I want to get as much done of this as I can to get the inertia for working on Travelers going again after I worked on another project for a while. Let's see how this looks. I'm just making a minor improvement right now. I'm just updating a menu. Like right now. Exactly right now. But what I'm doing for this live stream is we're making building materials, and I'm working on a menu down here so that we can make like a magnified view of the couple of blocks around you so that it's compatible both with mobile and PC. Maybe I'll make it clickable too, we'll see. So that you can place blocks in a direction always. You can like auto walk and the blocks will automatically place, and so on. Crap, I need to set the CSS for it. So yeah, that's what I'm working on now. Also, I really like the buttons being up here. I don't have to scroll every time. That's a really good improvement, I think. What's my opinion on bots like the one PFG uses? It's the same as my opinion on cheating. I'm not going to ban people for cheating because I have a game that runs at 1 TPS. So I think it's kind of pointless to ban people when I can just have the server be an absolute, authoritarian regime. I don't think there's any need for me to alienate my the player base by banning people for using bots or things that I'm only observing and can't be certain about in a game where it's about auto traveling and like it kind of welcomes people to create bots anyway. And again, that goes for cheating too. Like, I can't prevent people from cheating. I can prevent people from cheating, quote, by simply, again, authoritarian regime. Basically, everything that you try to do is checked by the server first because it's 1 TPS. It's not like 120 TPS like Call of Duty or something. And it doesn't have a billion people on it. Like, even with 1,000 people at 1 TPS, it'll run extremely efficiently. So like even if it has to check like 10,000 people playing at once, if it has to check everything that they choose to do every 1 second, then I can still have an absolute authoritarian regime. Whereas Call of Duty or other games that, where cheats are an actual problem, they can't really perform as many checks every second as my game can. So, point being, it's fine. I don't care. Use a bot if you want. Make a bot if you want. Try to cheat if you want. I'm really sure that the server's really good. I'm confident enough in the server's authority that I'm showing it off on stream and creating it as I go. So I'm pretty sure there's no exploits. Like, people haven't found a dupe yet. People haven't found speed hack exploits yet. The game's pretty good right now. So go ahead, use a bot. My opinion is, I don't care. Cool. It's cool that someone likes my game enough to create a bot. Team Pepsi dupe is active and well. That's what they claim anyway. Dark mode. Right, my bad. How did dark mode get turned off? I had it on. Oh, that actually, that's nice. Now I know what to say. Bottom box, left menu needs to have a white outline. Oh, let me go to dark mode real fast. So for some reason, it doesn't seem like supplies.css is applying to the bottom box. Yeah, so it didn't actually replace all like I requested that it would. So supplies equip action, that's what it's called, right? No? Oh, right, it wouldn't. Hold on. Yeah, supplies equip actions, building equip actions. These both have the class bottom box left menu, but for some reason my search and replace. Oh, it did. Wait a second. Okay, something's wrong here. Because if I pop up this, it'll definitely be scaled properly. Is this in a different CSS file? It is. Why is it in travelers.css? Oh, I feel stupid now. Okay, now it should be good. Hey Toro, hope you're staying safe and have mountains upon mountains of toilet paper. Delta, hello. It's good to see you, man. And we have plenty of toilet paper right now, don't worry. I think the idiots who go to ShopRite to buy toilet paper have run out of money because ShopRite has consistently had toilet paper every time I've gone in the past, like, maybe 4 or 5 days now. So I think those people have finally run out of money, luckily, at least. So anyway, supplies, item, build, cool. So now they both have that same style sheet. Let me make sure it's working for supplies as well. Cool. I just need to make it 1 pixel less tall. Yeah, it needs to be 119. All right, let's just publish it and make sure. His sister is hoarding it all? What makes you say that? It was just a joke, I guess. All right, make sure CSS is good for every possible mobile view. Why is this not going all the way in? You can usually go smaller. Yeah, I can usually get it down to like 350 pixels. I don't know why it's not going as small as usual. Maybe Firefox had an update or something that reduced the minimum size. Does Chrome still let you go small? No. It's annoying. Okay, anyway. Pepsi Boy, I would request that you keep obscene chat to my 2B2T channel and not this one. This one's a little more friendly. But thanks. Okay, so the box is now scaled nicely. CSS, bingo. What is it? Crap, I feel like I'm about to say a slur. I'm not going to say it, because I don't know if it's actually offensive or not. I'm going to look it up, though. Oh, it's just a... Oh, it's just a type of golf? Why did I think that was a slur? I was thinking of the word bingo, bango, bongo. But apparently it's just a type of golf. Okay. You give me the pat. No, it's not a slur. I thought it was like making fun of some kind of like... For some reason, the Republic of the Congo came to my mind. And I was like, is this making fun of those people or something? I don't know. Anyway, you can never be too sure on YouTube with the modern cancel culture. Anyway, so... Close, build, close, build, close. build, close, close, close. Cool. Now let's go ahead and build the buttons down there. So this is absolutely not going to work first try, but we're going to try anyway. So first, I'm going to put a little title down here. It's going to be the same as this. Does this have a CSS style? It probably does. It does, yeah. So we're going to change it from that to bottom box left menu title. More hyphen words. We're going to do that in here as well. What was this called? All right, and then we're going to give it that class. Make this nice and classy. That's not the right thing. It's this one. Why did I add style tags to something that already has a class? It's probably because I used that class elsewhere and I didn't want to affect it. So it's probably fine. Don't report me. I'm not canceled. I'm fine. It's okay, guys. Don't worry. Everything's going to be just fine. Alright, so title. Hell. It's going to be that. Okay, so if we're going to open... Alright, let's just call it equip, I guess. This is only a client-side function, so hopefully I remember not to confuse myself. Erikudo, welcome to the stream, dude. Thanks for the hand sanitizer emoji. Stick around to watch me program, and don't spoil what I know you're probably going to try to imply, if you're even still here. She's made claims that toilet paper is delicious. Well, I didn't hear about that, but that's interesting. Alright, so equip. This is going to be the actual thing that happens. Yeah, and then we're going to go item ID. No, it's all good. Cool, cool. Yeah, that will be ready when it's ready, but that's a long time from now. I'm losing track of my files here. I'm going to close a few. Okay, build.equip item ID. Still have a cage for Eric? Nah, Eric's been a free man lately. Eric's okay. I let him go. I didn't need him for YouTube money anymore, so I made plenty of money for my actual job, so he's free to do what he wants. I don't need to twist all of the cash out of him that I can. Would know by his activity on Discord. Ouch, that's a call out. Okay. Okay, I did need supplies.js open. Because... Right, no, it's supplies.current item. As soon as I click this, like supplies.current item right now is reality anchor. And I'll just check to make sure. Reality anchor. Yeah, it knows what it is. So when I do this, when I say equip, I already know the supplies.current item is reality anchor. He's very active on Discord, just not his Discord. Nice. Okay, so we're actually, instead of having a separate function, we're just going to pack it all into here. Supplies.current item. That's where we're going to make the title. We're going to say build.title l.inner HTML equals something about current item. We'll probably make it bold. What did I do for equipment? Oops. How does this look? What should I say? Should I just say equipped again? Is equipped if I'm going to leave it at equipped. I'll think about it more. I don't feel like thinking about it too much right now. But I'm just going to say equipped colon item. I gotta say, I really like the buttons being above the description. It makes it a lot easier to use this menu. And while I'm here, I'm gonna edit the CSS now that I'm thinking about it too. Info title probably doesn't need that much of a margin. Yeah, if I reduce the margin, I think that makes it even. I'll just do that. Hyphen supplies info title somewhere in supplies to CS. Yeah. So it's just going to be 0 now. And then that should be even. Like, this is slightly indented, but that's probably not a big deal, I don't think. Yeah, because that's its own margin, so I can't fix that. Maybe you'll art stream sometime, IDK. Leave it to you, though. Alright, bye, Eric. Have a nice evening. Even though you're downstairs. Not that you can't have a good evening if you're downstairs. I mean, like, I'm saying it as though I'm saying goodbye to someone who's in the same house as me. Anyway. Okay, that's fine. Open build menu, close it. So I think what I'm going to do when I go back to equip here, I'm going to make a building description. And it's going to be very, very short, but it's going to describe the item. Or no, it doesn't have to be short. It's just going to be this. Because I think I'm going to do what I wanted to do, or what I already did with supplies, where I move the buttons to the top. And I'm actually going to make sure that's in the changelog. Let me write that down real fast. Moved supply box buttons to the top of the box. Moved supply menu buttons to the top of the menu for easier use. All right, wrote that down. Let's do that for this as well. Though I have no way of checking how the CSS looks without an equipable item. So I'm going to go back to here. Can I undo? No, I can't because I closed the file. Is your game already pay to win? Yeah, you heard wrong, my friend. Crap. How do I get myself another item? Alright, I'm just going to redo it. I want a shovel just so I can test the equip menu. I'm going to be making these changes. User ID data player dot user get ID. One moment, please. Let's give ourselves 2. Why not? Cool. So now, this is here. Crap. There was one thing that had an equipped status. It was the metal detector. I'm going to do this with the metal detector too. I believe that was the name of it, just metal underscore detector. Because I need to see what the equipped status looks like. Okay, cool. So current status appears there. Description's down here. That's actually, the CSS lines up perfectly immediately. Well, almost perfectly. It looks like the description here needs a little bit more padding. Alright, I was just making sure it wasn't an inline block. Alright, so we need to make it 3 or 2? Three. Alright, so equip, descript, wherever that is. I think that it's in a... Is there like a... Oh, okay, it's in here. 2 pixels. No, 3 pixels. That's what I said. I already forgot. 3 pixels, yeah. Okay. Nice. Very nice. I'll go ahead and... I'm going to comment this in case I decide to retype it again. Do I really want... Do I really want like a message to appear every time? You know what? It'll be optional. It's fine. I'll make it optional. Okay, so we've got build description, build... We got build equals true, build description, and build start. So let's go in here, and it'll say build dot description L, then HTML equals blah blah blah. Cool, and the title updates there as well. Looks like equip open doesn't close the build menu. Got to do that. Where did I put supplies.close? I put it down there. I'll move it down there. Yeah, this JObject thing looks like pain. Yeah, it is a little bit. Again, I committed to that when I first started making it because I thought it would be easier for the computer, which is a good mentality to have. Again, data-oriented design is the best way to program objectively, in my opinion. I guess that's an oxymoron. In my opinion, data-oriented programming is the best way to do it. So it was a good idea from the start, but I had never... This was my first time ever attempting to program a fully multiplayer, like MMO kind of game. So it seemed like a good idea at the time, but it's definitely a pain. I just need more helper functions. I don't have a direct give the player an item function. Or I do and forgot what it is, but I don't think I do. Maybe it's supplies. No, I don't. I don't have a direct give the player an item because that never happens. Because the functions where that happens, like in time.cs, where it like checks your loot, like it just adds it straight to the JObject because it's already iterating over the JObject and then overwrites it. So like I never directly say give the player this item. You know, so it's a little bit of a pain, but it's not a big deal. At least right now, it's not a big deal. Okay, anyway, so equip.js now closes the build menu. Nice, that's a bug fixed. Description L doesn't exist yet. Let me add it before I forget. Just going to drop that there for now. Description at the bottom. Also, I wanted to... I think the menu is really far away from the top for some reason. Yeah, it has a lot of padding. Does this have all that padding when it's small too? I'm kind of confused why it has that much padding. Because I feel like it doesn't in the Travelers. Oh, wait, does it actually? Wait, let me directly compare. Let me push this fix real fast. While I'm here, I'm going to change this to class. I'm going to be bottom box, left menu, desk for description. Put that here as well. Wherever this is. I'm going to change this to P dot. Bottom box, left menu, description. That's a horrible name, but it's fine. We're going to do the same thing in travelers.cs because I think the scaling stuff is in there. Yeah, it is. Alright, publish, hard refresh. Let's see what happens. Sadly, I have to get going. Wish I could have stuck around longer. If all goes well, I'll tune in for the stream tomorrow, though. Have a good night, Delta. Thanks for joining. I appreciate you dropping by the Taraga Dev channel. Good to see you. Have a nice evening, my friend. Okay, so the title is definite. Okay, I actually can't tell because of the hotbar. Let me delete the hotbar real fast. It's definitely lower. That's interesting. For somehow, at some point, this got way more padding. Or did it? What got more padding? Okay, I think I just changed the padding when I did the original update. When I updated to add the hotbar. What's the padding look like on here? It's all 10. It's all 10 on here too. What, is there like a margin or something? What is going on here? This is all identical, but... Oh, it's because I moved this over 2 pixels. And that probably... Yeah, this has 0 margin, whereas... Or 0 padding, whereas this does. Like, if I put padding 0 here, then that'll be normal. Or, well, I need to make it like... That should be... No, 3 pixels. Alright, what's this called? Supplies, equipped title. Yeah, that's weird. I kind of wonder how that happened. I have no idea how that happened. I'm going to be straight honest. Alright, Firefox does that annoying bug where you have to right-click copy. Control copy doesn't work for some reason. Control C. Right, and then padding's... Yeah, I deleted padding 0 at some point. Okay, refresh. All right, cool. Make sure that's even. Delete the hotbar so that I can visually just compare like this. Yep, it's even now. I actually would like it to be a little bit higher. It doesn't need to be so low. Like the supplies equip actions thing, I want to change the margin on this. Or, yeah, on the bottom box left menu, all that wording. Is there padding? Yeah, padding is always 10 pixels. I want to make it like 5 pixels up and down and then 10 pixels left and right. Okay, I'm definitely not changing the width because there's so much... Oh, I can't change it now. There's so much CSS around this. I can't change it. Maybe I'll be dumb and do like negative margin on this. It's fine. It's too late. I'm not fixing it. I like CSS, but when there's like 15 different media queries on the screen size that change the CSS so that it works both vertically and horizontally, it's just a huge pain. So I'm not going to change that any more than needs to be changed. But this should be good. Equip description, I'm going to change the margin. It doesn't need to be so big on the bottom anymore. All right, one last publish, and then I'm going to just make sure it looks fine in the mobile modes and stuff, and then we'll move on. I'm actually going to reduce this margin too, just so it's even with the top. It's going to be 6 pixels. This is the gist of my time, not actually programming mechanics, but screwing with CSS and republishing every time. All right, beautiful. Okay, but I'm not changing the top. I can get away with setting the... Yeah, I'm going to change the bottom margin of supplies equipped buttons to 1 pixel too. Again, I like to reduce height where I can, but while keeping it even. Pretty sure 1 pixel is even. It's kind of hard to tell, but it looks more even than 5 pixels. Maybe I'll just make it 0. Vote in chat now if you're watching. I'm actually going to make it 0. I don't know if doing margin hyphen bottom. Can I just do margin 0? Or can I get rid of this completely? Yeah, I can. Okay, I can get rid of the tag completely. All right, that looks very nice. So I'm going to click build, pops this up, close. If we equip this, it does that. What happened there? So if I close, and equip, it's fine. If I build with the reality anchor, it closes the equipment menu, which is fine. But if I reopen the equip menu, it goes to the right. Why is that? The heck? Is this one of those things where like it thinks it's not wide enough to fit because like I put too much stuff or something? Or maybe it's like a white space thing. I don't think I cleared up enough white space, maybe? No, I think I did. Definitely cleared up the white space with these dumb comments. Unsure. Well, that's interesting. Oh, it's because of... No, it's not because of... Like, if I... Oh, it is because of that. Because, like, if I squish it and bring it back out, it's fine. I wonder if it does that, like, when it's this small, too. Nope, it doesn't. It only does it when it's in the maximum size. And that's because the scroll bar is so close. I think it's, like, mentally it's generating one and then closing the other, which is bad, and it's causing it to do that. So I'm just going to move the close menu things to the top. I'm going to move that to the top there, and then equip, I'm going to move the menu closing to the top, and that should fix it. Should. Nothing is certain with the DOM, but we'll see. Nothing is definitely certain. Yes. Okay. Something unhappy. I moved this too high, I think. Something here is breaking. That's fine. That should also be fine. Where did this fail again? On supplies.open. Supplies.current item is undefined. Oh, right. It's because I think close menu, or I think build.close is deleting it, maybe? Something is deleting. Alright, that's why close menu is at the bottom. Close menu has to be at the bottom because it's deleting supplies.current item. Yeah, because it closes the menu, which also has to delete supplies.current item. So if instead, also I'm getting rid of the underline here. It's kind of dumb. Yeah, let me do that real fast. It's kind of annoying me. Wait, what supplies info title? What? Oh, right. It's gonna get rid of it there too. Okay, well that's fine. I'll just put the style tag on the actual element. Because I do want the underline on that. But I don't want it on the equip things. It takes up space. It screws with the spacing on the bottom. Okay, so moment of truth. Build. You go back and forth. Works lovely. Alright, I wanted to make the build button close the supply menu as well. So we're going to say supplies.current or supplies.loot, supplies.your. Oh, it is current. Okay, yeah. Supplies.current, supplies.current item dot description. What did I call it? build script. Right. Build script doesn't equal undefined question mark. Then set it. Otherwise, make it blank. We're going to say the same thing for if this isn't blank, then we're going to evaluate. Now, some of you might have noticed this is dangerous, but I fully trust that this will never change. So, I don't think it's a major security risk. I don't think anyone can be injected and make that happen, so. Let me hard refresh real fast. Oh no, this isn't underlined. Okay, well that's not underlined. And it's also not underlined here? What? It's kind of blowing my mind right now. Okay. Yeah, I don't want this to be underlined. Why is this still underlined? Even though I put an important on it. Oh, I put it on the wrong thing. Okay. But if it's not important, so why did this not apply? Oh, because it's on the element. But then why did class bottom box left menu not do it? Why do you get overridden? Okay. I'm not going to argue. I'm just going to do this and forget about it because sometimes things are dumb. And I'm actually editing the wrong thing right now. This is where I want to be. I really should have just made a class for this forever ago, but it's too late now. Anyway. This should be fine now. Sorry, we're dealing with CSS issues instead of building the actual game, but I'm going to get to the arrows very soon, as soon as this is all working. Cool. No underline, no underline, equip. Beautiful. All right, let me write that down in the changelog. Moved equipment menu buttons to top. Moved supply and equipment menu buttons to the top of the menu for easier use and less unnecessary scrolling. Wonderful. Ugh. Nothing like a nice swig of water. Should I make that smaller? All right, I'm getting ahead of myself with how much I'm trying to screw with things here. Yeah, I need to stop. I'm gonna let this be for now. I'll come back to it eventually, but not right now. All right, we're gonna equip personal reality anchor. We clicked build, Maybe this should say equip, but I'm going to let it say build, right? No, build implies that we're like creating it. I'm going to change this to say equip. Yeah, if it's equip, it makes more sense what it does, and it's more in line from the user's perspective with the rest of what's happening. Okay. So, next step. This is equipped now. The next step is finally the zoom screen, where we're going to zoom in the little things in here. So this is just going to, I guess this is just going to be like a centered square that obviously fits into this with good CSS. Why are you not getting smaller? Didn't I make you smaller? What is still making you big? I told it to get smaller with the if the screen gets smaller. Does it still do it for like this? Does it do it in the main website? I'm pretty sure I set CSS tags. Yeah, these should be getting smaller. This is annoying. I don't know what the problem is. Yeah, I made both of these get nice and small. This isn't anywhere. It's not anywhere in here either. Oh, is it because it's an H2 and not a div? That's probably why. I think I named it div by accident. Yeah, I did. Yeah, it needs to... Okay, alright, replace all of these with the same thing, except this should be H2. My bad. I feel like an idiot now. That's also probably why the text decoration thing wasn't working. Whoops. Again, it's going to take me a little bit to get perfect at the DOM again. Gotta love the DOM. Alright, where's the rest of the code? Where'd it go? Hello? Here it is. People watching probably just watch me scroll past it like 5 times. Wondering what's wrong with me. Alright, do I need to do the same thing with the description? Whatever this is, equip current status. I don't think so, but I don't think I ever made it... I don't think I ever gave it a size change either. If I check on the main website again. Yeah, I didn't. I need to give this a... Or maybe I don't. I don't know. I don't... Maybe I don't. That's smaller now. I guess it's fine to leave it like that. Current status, detect anything. I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't know. Okay. Supplies. We're not going to worry about CSS. I need to... This is my problem. This is my OCD flares up. I just want to fix every tiny CSS detail, but I can't. I can't right now. I'm doing a live stream. Trying to entertain people by programming a building UI. Let's make UI. It's getting late. I'm tired. This is the one thing I wanted to do this stream, and I'm already tired, and it's getting late. All right, I just need to power through and do it. I'm not gonna make it look nice. I'm just gonna get the elements done, and then maybe get it sending to the server and placing done, and then I'll work on CSS another time. Okay, so now that that's over with, we're gonna say this is the important part. We need to make 9 elements right next to each other, all lined up. And they're always going to display whatever the 9 inner elements are in the game. So first I need to make a box. Just need to make a box and say ID equals building magnifier. I'm just going to give this box... I'm going to make a building... I already did make a building.css. Cool. Alright, let me just close a bunch of this stuff fast. Let's get it nice and even. Building overlay. Oh, I never did that, actually. I think I deleted that. No, I didn't delete that. I left it. Yeah, building overlay was an idea that I'm not going to go through with. I think I was talking about it earlier. What? So if I unhide all of these, basic idea was that it was gonna like, you could select one of the things and that's where it would place it. But like I said before, it's not good for mobile. On mobile you can't tap tiles that small, so that's why I'm doing the magnifier window down here instead. Okay. All right. Can you make it zoom in the main window instead of having a separate magnifier? I could, but I don't think that would be good for gameplay, especially gameplay when PvP could happen. I think you should always be able to see the entire screen. I guess you could like scroll to zoom in or out, but then that you can't do that on mobile. So I don't know if that's reasonable. I don't know if that's a reasonable course of action. Anyway, let me refresh this, get this out of the way. So I'm going to leave these. I'm not going to delete all of this, but I'm just going to like press enter a bunch of times so they go away. We're going to say div dot, or rather ID building magnifier. Might be doable if there's a zoom in / out button. Yeah, but at that point, if you're already clicking, I might as well just put it in the menu beneath the screen. So, plus the reason I want it this way is so that you can like automatically place upwards every time there's an available spot above you, so you can build a wall. Where do I get bolt cutters from? I don't know actually. It's either I don't remember if it's a blueprint or if you have to craft. I don't remember if it's a blueprint or if it's a level up item. What level are you, Ren? Oh, Arcturian Ren. I recognize that name. Welcome to the stream, dude. Hope you enjoy the game. Anyway, building magnifier. We need to say border, 1 pixel solid black. We're going to say width, 100 pixels. That's a little big, actually. It needs to be divisible by 9. What's divisible by 9? 72, right? 72 pixels. Height, 72 pixels. And padding, just like 2 pixels, I guess. Background invisible because when I first made the game, I made like the thing that governs the look of every single item, gave everything a background color of a specific color. So I'm just gonna make it clear because it's dumb. It was dumb that I did that. I'll never do it again. Okay, building magnifier exists. Let me just not forget about dark mode here and just add it to the dark mode unending list of items that have border of 1 pixel solid white instead of black. This list just gets longer and longer. Thank you, dark mode, for everything you do. Alright, now we need 9 little buttons in here. 9 tiny little buttons. I don't know if they need IDs, because I can just make building magnifier itself appear or disappear, but I don't even want to make it appear or disappear. Can you add a single dot border class to every item that needs it instead of manually adding it to a list? See, Google account name, that would have been the smart thing to do, but I am a very new programmer. I've only been programming for a year and a half. I started working on this game at about like the 1 year anniversary of learning how to program at all, and still not a pro at CSS. So I'm doing my very best. I do something like that actually for the scroll bar. You can see scroll bar here. I should do that for border, but it's too late now. So I'm just going to add it to the unending list. But I agree with you. Let it be known you're correct. I do that with the scroll bars though. So I at this point in my knowledge, I know now, I did eventually do that. Scroll bars like up here. But I don't for borders, unfortunately. But I should. Anyway, where'd my thing go? Building magnifier, right. I don't think it needs an ID. I think it just needs a class. Building magnifier. Tile. And then on click is going to be building. No, it's just build. Build.place. And then this one's going to be northeast. No, northwest. Okay. So you've got 9. No, they do need IDs. What am I thinking? Of course they need IDs. Because I need to know what tile is going to be placed in them. So I need to place a tile into it every time. So it needs an ID for that. So for the sake of keeping it short, I'm going to say BM-NE. No, it's northwest. 9, and then the middle one is going to be an automatic button. So it's going to be BM-NW, BM-N, and then northeast, and then west, and then the center. So this is just going to say auto. This is sort of the same thing I did for the movement buttons as well. East, east, south, southwest, southwest, south, south, southeast, southeast. Okay, so before I hook any of that stuff up, I'm going to make this. These are divs, right? Yeah. So width 8 pixels, because that is what that's divisible by. Same thing for height. It also needs to be a display inline block with vertical line up top. Actually, it's going to be 7 pixels. It's getting very small. I'm probably going to end up making this bigger. So I can give it a border of 1 pixel. Yeah, font size is going to have to be horridly small. Just make it 12 pixels for now. Alright, before I get too deep, I'm just going to make this bigger. Let's do 81 for now. Add 1 more pixel. Probably still extremely small, but whatever. I just want to see if it works for now. Arcturian. Oh, you're level 8? Yeah, it might be level 10. So keep walking around. Keep discovering things. Alright, let's see how this looks. Doesn't look good. What happened here, my friend? Building magnifier. It's a really wide and skinny thing. Oh, it's because I didn't do a hard refresh, right? I always forget. I need to do a hard refresh to make things work. Okay, so each tile is very small. Oh, duh! It doesn't. I'm not making a 9x9 grid. I'm making a 3x3 grid. Yeah. So this needs to be divisible by 3, which 9 is divisible by 3, so it already is. So whatever this is times 3. No, it's plus 1 times 3 minus 1, which is 26. Right. I knew something was wrong there. And then I also need to add the comments so that HTML doesn't add its stupid white space between every single indentation. Don't at me. I know that you only need 2 of these. I put 3 for the sake of indentation. Alright. This is dumb. Alright, in the selection, search for this. Oh, come on, Visual Studio. Work with me here. I'll just do it manually then. Back, paste. And this one's a little easier. Thanks, HTML. Okay. I'm going to recompile because I want to give this a border. I just said border 1 pixel, not border 1 pixel solid black. Add this to dark mode. Hard refresh. Okay. Kind of works. I guess my math was a little wrong. So it needs to be 84 pixels. Is that a little small? A little big? I don't know. I'm just going to make it work. Yeah, build up place is not a function. Whatever, man. Whatever. Does it look like I care? I don't care. Not even a little bit. So that has a margin bottom of 5 pixels. So I'm going to do the same for that. It needs to be 84, 84, margin bottom 5. Where did I forget 3 pixels? All right, lovely. It's pretty nice. So now all of these guys need to display whatever is around me every frame. So the middle one's always going to display. Or you know what? How about instead of just making it always display this, I genuinely make it display whatever's inside. So, oh, it needed to be 80. No, that's not why I needed to be 84. Okay, first I need to give these a margin, I think. So, building magnifier, delete your padding. Your padding is stupid. These need to have a margin instead. So it needs to be a margin of 1 pixel and 1 pixel. Yeah, just 1 pixel always. And then we increase your width to... Okay, there we go. And then margin 1. You've got the bolt cutters. They're a craftable item. Nice, dude. Congrats. Did you find a way into, like, did you find something that needed bolt cutters? What did you find? Alright, we're going to ignore that error for now since we haven't made it yet. It's fine. So now I need to go into the world generator and make sure that these are always containing. All right, world gen. This is going to be a little bit finicky. All right, let's see if I can make this work. So if new x minus, I guess, absolute value, math dot absolute value of u dot x minus new x is less than or equal to 1, or same thing for y, then send the tile. No, that's not going to work. We need an if. Do we need an if statement for all 9? That's going to be slow because there's 900 tiles that have to be, or what's 15 times 15? 225 tiles that need to be parsed. Gonna go now. Have a good night, Logic Mage, and enjoy your in-game quarantine. I appreciate it. I'm practicing social distancing in real life and in the game. Thank you. Have a good night. No, we can put the 9 if statements in here. This if will be run every time once, that's fine, but we don't need to run 9 ifs every time. So it's okay, because this is already running its own if. No, this needs to be an and, otherwise I'll get like a strip of, like a cross being valid. Like 15 across and 15 going up. No, it's 30 by 30. It is 900. 900 tiles here. That gets slow. One quadrant is 225. Like, this is 225. The whole thing is 900. Alright, I'm actually going to give this a... I really got to stop with the CSS. I really got to stop. But I do need to give this a padding of 1 pixel so that it's even. And I'm done. I'm done. I promise I am done. I just can't help it. I don't know what's wrong with me. I just can't help fixing stuff like that when as soon as I find it. I'll drop everything to fix the CSS issue. Okay, so this is just BM hyphen whatever. So go back to world generator and say if new x equals u dot x minus 1, then document dot get element dot id dot inner html equals tile. And then I guess I just copy this a bunch of times. So this is going to be BM hyphen northeast, right? Northwest. I keep confusing east for west. West is left. So whatever this is, if it's equal to ux minus 1, then it also needs to be y minus 1. U dot. If new y equals u dot y. But there's a minus up here, I notice, so I guess this needs to be plus. I think it needs to be... Okay, wait. Yeah, it is plus. Yeah. It's plus 2, 3, 4 for the 4 corners. So I'm going to say plus, plus, minus, minus, plus, minus. So northwest, if it's both plus, then it's northeast. If they're both minus, then it's south. east, no, southwest. And then this is southeast. And then this is going to be for the 5 other sides. No, not 4 other sides. There's only 4 sides in a square. So if it's x plus 1, it's going to be east. If it's x minus 1, it's going to be west. If it's y plus 1, it's north. Y plus 1 is south. And then the one in the middle, the auto. Actually, let's not set the auto. Let's just see if this works. Why didn't you do the 2B2T stream? Check the description of the 2B2T stream. It's because there wasn't a temp map at the time, and there was a queue, so I would have had to wait like 10 hours to get in. And I didn't feel like streaming to, 100 people who wanted to see me stream if I was just going to sit in queue for 2 hours and then stop the stream. So I delayed it until tomorrow, which luckily a temp map actually happened after all. So I'll be able to do the temp map, but I will plan to sit through the queue in advance. Because in previous years, the temp map didn't have a queue, so that's why I was just going to join before it started. So yeah. Anyway. Equip. There's nothing around me anyway, so technically this is working. Okay, it's not working. Why are you not working? What's your error? There's no error? Guess I'm just dumb. Okay, what's wrong? What's wrong here? To not display anything. Okay, I'll upgrade my carry limit. Fine. Sheesh. I expected it would at least be like reverse or something. What happened? What happened? I don't get it. This is all correct. Right? Is there anything I'm missing here? I mean, I can make it more efficient by doing else if, I guess. I would make it like marginally more efficient. But I don't need to do that right now. Alright. Let me see if I can just get it to say like whatever is in the middle. If dot 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 equals dot 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 and that equals that, set the middle equal to the tile. Why not? Oh, did I just not do a hard refresh? Maybe that was it. That's totally possible. I forget that a lot. You'd think I would stop forgetting that by now. No? Even so. It's not even an error. Not even a single error. Yeah, okay, one thing I can fix right now is that the description isn't getting updated. Oh, right, I need to do data, that's why. I need to do that data dot. Alright, that'll fix that next time I recompile. Smoking a blunt to this? Interesting. You do you, man. I won't judge. Yeah, it's not even getting to here in the first place. Even though u.x minus new x is definitely going to be less than or equal to 1 at some point. Because when they're equal, it's equal to 0. Alright, I'm going to build and then recompile and make sure that the JavaScript file's updating. Which it should be if I do this. Yeah, it equipped it. But it's just simply not updating. And it's definitely not just like secretly updating and it's out of view or something. Like if I put like a comma in here, that's what it would look like, and I would need to set the CSS for that, but that's what I wish it looked like. It's not even getting overwritten. Well, I guess that makes sense because it should be overwritten by something. Alright, console log. Time. Debugging time. So when I do this, when I click wake up, I should get a bunch of console logs, but I don't. When it does world build, it should be doing it, but it's not. Let me make sure this is the correct function. I'm certain this is being called every time you press a movement button. Yeah. Yeah, of course, obviously. This is definitely being called at all. I just want to make it absolute certain of that. So why is this never true? Do you know Lua? That's like a... Someone was just talking about it in a programming Discord I'm in the other day. It's like a Python interpreted language or something. I don't know exactly what it is. And I don't program in Python, so I don't particularly care either. So this runs 900 times, but it never gets into here. Oh, it says greater than. It should be less than 1, firstly. Thanks for someone pointing that out. No, that's my bad. If I had like thousands of people watching, then someone totally would have pointed that out. Like minutes ago. It's still not updating. Am I at least getting like the ASD? Don't think it's specific to Python. I mean, I'd look it up if I was interested, but... What is wrong here? I mean, if I set it to or, it's going to really spam. I'm going to get a lot of console logs every frame. Yeah, 93. Because it's doing the whole strip that's valid. I'll do less than 2, I guess. A Minecraft mod called ComputerCraft uses Lua as the programming language for its computers. Well, that's very interesting, for sure. I am really kind of lost as to why this isn't working. Alright. Render all 900 of those. Because at some point it's got to be less than 1. Yeah, see? Up to 15. And then down to 0 and back. Looks correct to me. So why does it think they're never equal? Alright, let's do this now. Now this is really going to annoy me when I find 2 of them that are less than or equal to 1, but it's not entering this. Oh, Nan? Well, I guess that explains it. Why is it coming up as Nan? Is there a typo? Oh, I put a capital Y. Oh my gosh. Oh! Okay. I put a capital Y. It's all good. It's fine. I swear I'm not a horrible programmer. Alright, these are still not surrounded by some reason. So I guess I gotta test again. Oh, it's still... Did I make it capital Y again? Right after I tried to not? Okay, I'm rewinding the stream because that's kind of crazy. Yeah, I changed the capital Y on something I deleted. Yes. Kind of. Kind of, yes. So the top 2 aren't working, it looks like. Okay, so this one and the bottom one aren't working. That's absolutely fine. That's something. Alright, what's wrong? Oh, it's because it's always new X. That's why. Easy peasy fix. Alright, I'm going to get rid of this one because I didn't want it to be anything. And we're going to put, I don't know, the letter A in here. Alright, cool. We've got a little magnifying glass. Alright, let's set the CSS for it, and I'm going to call it a night. It's 10 p.m. I'll stream again very soon, I promise. We're going to do this again because I want to get this looking pretty good. So yeah, this is... Oh, the top's still not working. Hold on. UI plus... Is it backwards? No, I don't think so. Is it just not changing them? Is there an error? No. Oh, right. I forgot the streamer rule. When you say that you're about to leave, everyone leaves. It just dropped from 6 watching to 2. Which I'm pretty sure is just me and my other thing. Well, I'm just going to end the stream. I'll fix this on my own time. But for the most part, it works. I'll set up the CSS, fix this on my own time. Maybe tomorrow or next week or something, I'll stream again and get this finished. Or I'll just do it on my own and forget about streaming. Who knows? Thanks for watching, everyone. Had a nice evening programming. It was a delight. Our thing still doesn't work, which is annoying. I'm actually going to fix it now anyway. I don't care. And then I'm going to say goodnight. I need to fix it now before I get up, or I'm not going to. Before I go to bed, because I'm exhausted. Streaming really takes a lot out of you when you don't do it for a while. Oh, Dr. Zombies. Oh, he's probably on the 10 map, isn't he? Bye, Hero. Have a nice evening. Oh, it does need to be else ifs, because one of these is being overridden by the one above. So it does all the and checks first, and if any of them are false, then it'll do that. And it needs to, yeah, okay. That should fix it. Looks right to me. Cool, we've got that tree. Let's just make sure it appears in all of the magnifying glass spots accurately. Cool. All right, I fixed it. Thanks everyone for watching. Have a pleasant evening. What was wrong? I wasn't using else if statements. I was just using if statements. So, like this down here is also true when this is, for instance. Like if this is true, then this one's also definitely true because it's, you know, if it's UX. So I could have fixed it by, like, it's the same statement, but it doesn't have the and. So this one was overriding it. So I could have fixed it by putting these up here, but it's better to do else ifs anyway because it's like an extremely small amount faster, but it's faster technically. So I just said if, else if all the way down, and that fixed it. So there you go, Lightning. All right, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. Have a nice evening, guys. I will see you next time I stream, which will be very soon, I promise. I'm not going to take a long time before streaming again. Goodbye.